Now, let me muster. Let me take a moment and muster the brain cells I got left to try to get into this story and make it make sense. Because normally I don't like talking about Blueface. I don't like people like him. I just think they're fucking idiots. I know my sister who watches my TikToks when I post these clips on my TikTok. She's like, I need you. You should do a video on Krishan and Blueface. I'm like, why the hell would I do a video on them? I don't even like them. I just don't try to promote ignorance of this, that, and the third when it's talking about doing a show. But when you do something that's kind of in my wheelhouse, I'm talking about LGBT or whatever the case is, something I can relate to, then it's like, okay, let's get into the conversation. Because this is dumb shit right here. Like, how low can you stoop? Talk about this fool or the where he went with this. So, and I've said this about people like Blueface. People like him should not be allowed to procreate. So, rapper, if you want to call him that, and bottom of the barrel reality star Blueface is being slammed for questioning his 6-year-old son's sexual orientation because he ignored the strippers his father brought in the house. So, what happened was, if y'all didn't know, there's a video I saw online. It's on my website if y'all want to see it. I'm not going to post it on here because it's like I'm not going to feed into the ignorance, or get people even more pissed than I already am. But there's a part where Blueface goes live. You see a bunch of strippers in the house. One of the girls look like she need to go down to Mexico and get herself a Brazilian butt lift because it looked like she had some cottage cheese on that ass. But maybe he got her for cheap. And so he's going looking for the son, and the son is in the pantry. Now, the most embarrassing part, and this is the funny part about Blueface, he felt he was comfortable enough to film the pantry that barely had food in it. Now, how you supposed to be this person with all this money and this and the third? You got an empty ass pantry. Boy, 6 years old, starving, looking for some Slim Jims because he's hungry. And you want to ask him if he gay. So this is what he said. It's booty cheeks out here. You over here looking for chips and Slim Jims and shit. And the little boy says, I love Slim Jims. He goes, you ain't gay, is you? The child seemed slightly confused by the question, so Blueface asked him multiple times until the boy said no. My man, before giving the kid a dap. Now, a lot of people dragged his ass. And there was another clip that he posted, which was even worse, where it shows him addressing his son again and some other kids. And he said this, y'all sit right here while I go fondle with these young women for a while, all right? And he's been in Blueface. He's been in the hot seat since then. But before I go and read y'all the tweets of what people said, let me drag this motherfucker. See, this is the part where you get Child Protective Services involved. Because why hasn't people looked at this as this is clearly an issue? A grown-ass man, why are you, as a grown-ass man, asking a 6-year-old, is he gay? 6-year-olds ain't thinking about no damn dick. When I was 6 years old, all I cared about was my little action figures, watching Transformers and G.I. Joe, and eating candy. That's all I cared about. I wasn't thinking about no penis and no sex. I wanted some candy. I wanted some toys to play with. My little trucks and all that other stuff. My Transformers, my Voltron, my G.I. Joes, all of that stuff. I wasn't thinking about sex at 6. Most kids aren't, unless you've been touched inappropriately, which a lot of people do. And the thing that irritates me about this shit is that y'all run out here, those of you guilty, I'm not saying all of y'all, but those of y'all who feel the kind of way. Y'all run around here talking about that drag queens are grooming your kids, that gay people out here trying to recruit your children and turn them gay because you see 2 gay characters in a cartoon on a TV show or whatever, like a Fuller House, when gays are a part of life. The thing about gay people, we just want a place where we get to see ourselves represented. That's all we want. We want to show that yes, we exist in this world, and we want to see that representation. When gay kids who are still coming to grips with who they are see themselves represented on shows, that makes them feel more like there's nothing wrong with them. That, oh, if that person exists, then I could be like that person. When I was growing up, there wasn't many options for me. I had the closest we had to gay on TV was Wilson Cruz in My So-Called Life. That's all I had. And then we'd have the little movies here and there where, the little independent films that was coming out that we had. And that's what I'm sick of, because it seems to me that when I've been watching a lot of shit that goes on social media and y'all think this stuff is fun, like this boy retarded ass thinks shit like this is funny. When you go and you're like, I have a, I'm gonna put this on social media and try to get a rise out of people. Oh, are you gay because you won't look at vagina? Why are you exposing your kids to sex at a young age? And y'all talk about the drag queens and gay people, but you out here got whole strippers in your house, girls clapping their ass on your bed, because I seen the videos, half naked and naked all over the house. And then his stupid ass mother, clout chasing ass mother, gets on social media talking about the kids wasn't in the room. Bitch, we seen the video. So how you gonna sit up in there and say that the kids wasn't in the room? We seen them in the room with the women. So you're exposing your kids to naked women, but if a drag queen fully clothed reading a book to your child, we recruiting them to try to turn gay. Now, I didn't know we was part of the X-Men and we had magical powers. I did not know that I was, Doctor Strange and I could open multiverses just by batting my eyes, and I could all of a sudden turn you into a whole faggot. That's not how it works. Being gay is a part of nature. There was a whole video on gay magazine or gay.com or whatever on Instagram where there was a guy, I can't remember his name. He was talking about how gay, like homosexuality existed even like in the old times in Africa. Like y'all, because you let people tell it, white people put homosexuality on black men. Now we can get into the whole conversation about buck breaking and all that other stuff, which did exist in slavery time. That's a whole nother situation. That has nothing to do with homosexuality being a natural thing in human beings and mammals. Animals do it too. Animals have sex with people of the same sex. Well, animals of the same sex, not people. I mean, bestiality, we want to talk about that. That's a whole nother conversation. But that's not where I was going. But yeah, with this situation, people like him should not be allowed to have children present around him. And the fact that his mother was sitting there defending it, this go to show that you don't care about them damn kids. All you care about is you trying to live vicariously through your son's fame. And quiet as is kept, he ain't even the famous one. The one who's really famous is Krishan. And I heard that they're supposed to be trying to get a reality show with him and the whole family and the mother and this, that, and the third. And who is going to pick that up? Because I don't think no major network is going to pick it up. But if Zeus Network stoops as low as they've been doing, especially with the Baddies and Bad Boys and all the other stupid ass shows he got on that streaming service, if he stoops this low and gives Blueface a show after this shit, that whole streaming service need to be burned to the ground. So it's sad that this is what we have to deal with in this world with people like this. But I'm not surprised that someone like a Blueface would have this type of attitude. Let's read some of the tweets. So one person posted, Blueface grooming his son, one Twitter user opined. If this had been a little girl with grown-ass men swinging penis in the background, the internet would have crashed with outrage. And y'all wonder sometimes why boys get left behind in society. Agreed. I need Child Protective Services to get that baby like yesterday, someone else posted. Another one wrote, he hasn't even hit puberty yet. Why don't you take him to a nanny or somewhere he could play instead of him seeing this hypersexualized behavior? How can you be so ignorant as an adult? This hip-hop lifestyle y'all forcing on kids is not talked about enough. Well, Busta Rhymes started talking about it at the BET Awards, and DJ called him old. An old man. No, I'm joking. But you did, sir. Oh no, they asked people for their thoughts. Another person wrote, the saddest part about this to me is the line of questioning he just opened up for his son. I see it in kids all the time. They get bullied and accused of being gay, and they hear it so much they start to question themselves because of what people are saying to them repeatedly. And this is from Prince of Pussy One. Child, these names. Another person's put, he hasn't hit puberty yet. Why don't you take him to? Oh, I already read that one. The hypersexualized one. Another person put, someone take this child away from these weirdos. This so weird. The fact that you have $80,000 watches and not any food in your house tells us everything we need to know. Black Kennedy wrote, y'all be expecting traditional parenting from a Crip rapper with Benjamin Franklin tattooed on his face. LOL. Another person wrote, I ain't even gonna read that name because it's inappropriate. But it said, is it gay to get hungry? Another person put, strip the man's parental rights away immediately. First, they treating the house like a strip club or something while the kids are home. Then the son got to be gay because he want to act his age. WTF? He's the type of dad who wants his son to lose his virginity at 12 or something to an old ass stripper. Oh, we talking about Miss Bussy? Because didn't little Boosie do that with his kids?